Oh yes, in all my years in video editing I've never used shortcuts. I mean sure, I use Ctrl+C plus Ctrl+V, I'm used to copy my homework too, but learning anymore else was unnecessary to me. Well, that was that I thought. The reality is that being a good editor is not just make good looking videos, but also is save your own time doing them. Process that normally could take you around 20 minutes could be less if you use these good practices. And in my own way to be a better editor, I've used them recently, and the difference is really something impressive. Today, video editors like Premiere and DaVinci have their own customized keyboard where you can make your own combinations. So prepare yourself, because in this video you will learn 10 very useful shortcuts that you can use to save your own life. Actually, more of 10. If your video editor has the option to customize your keyboard, please take note of this. The first thing we need to do to start editing is create a new timeline, the place where all the clips will be. To give you an idea of how useful shortcuts are, we'll first do it in the slow way, by searching for the create a new timeline option in the file menu. I don't like doing this because I feel overwhelmed by all the text below the option. However, in the new timeline option, you can see its shortcut, Ctrl+N. Just pressing that combination and the timeline settings will appear automatically. Plus, you will need tracks for your timeline. You can add them with DaVinci built-in options. Or just dragging media on your project will create the tracks. Or even better, you can customize this in the Edit Timeline section of the panel options. Look for track controls, set up video and audio shortcuts, and then you can create so many tracks that you want. Now that you understand how this works, let's speed things up. The next step is importing media into the project. This is interesting because DaVinci allows you to configure power bins to always have specific media available in your projects. However, since we are focusing on shortcuts and keeping things simple, I won't cover that today. Instead of using the media file menu to import media, we can save time by simply pressing Ctrl+I. This shortcut automatically opens the file window, allowing you to quickly import all the media you need. When you are editing a specific clip, it often happens that you want to look for another segment from the same media. This can be a tiresome process, because you must navigate through menus, search for the exact clip, and then find out the right moment. It's a little frustrating when it gets repetitive. To avoid all this mess, just press F. Instantly, the program redirects you to the original source of the clip. Once there, you will look for the specific clip that you want. You can quickly select the exact portion you need by pressing I to mark the start and O to mark the end. Finally, drag the selected clip to your timeline and you are all set. Transitions are essential in videos. They are the key to make them more enjoyable to everyone. While inserting them, again, you must look for the transitions menu and look for the specific transition that you want, and then drag into your clips, and that is. It's not too complicated, but when the project just becomes bigger and bigger, it could be more exhausting. Thankfully, with shortcuts you can do it much better. Select the media that you want a transition and press Ctrl+T, and tada! You will get your predetermined transition quickly. You can configure your transition type in the inspector of your transition, and even other configurations. Please look at this. It's fundamental to know how to move clips between tracks in the timeline. If you are using the mouse to move all your clips, well, it isn't bad, but please stop torturing yourself. Instead, you can move clips using the Move Clips Up shortcut. And the best part is that it allows you to create so many tracks as you need. Also, you can use the Move Clips Down shortcut to move down between tracks. This shortcut also works with multiple selections, and if you combine it with Ctrl+click to select specific clips, you will only move the clips you want. Keeping track of the timeline is very important to get a good vision about what you are doing, at least enough to ensure your clips are correctly placed. The problem arises when your project grows and becomes harder to navigate. The natural solution is using zoom in and zoom out buttons, but since this is about shortcuts, we aren't doing that. Instead, you can configure the zoom in and zoom out shortcuts, which works the same way as buttons, but much faster. There is also the zoom to fit shortcut, which instantly adjusts the timeline view to fit all your content perfectly, without using the other shortcuts. I love this one. Sometimes, there are moments where you might need to move multiple clips at once, without affecting other tracks. Instead of selecting each clip one by one, look for the select clips forward on this track. With pressing Y, you can select all the clips that are forward your playhead, and that isn't all. There are other shortcuts that you can use, like Alt plus Y. That works the same way but in all your tracks you have, Ctrl plus Y, that selects all the clips before the playhead, and Ctrl plus Alt plus Y, that selects all the clips before the playhead in all tracks. All of them are very useful. Talking about same time. Selecting effects can be a cause of consuming a lot of it. You know, searching for effects, adjusting settings, and applying to your clips one by one. Instead of doing that, you can use the Paste Attribute shortcut. It's very useful when you have to use the same effects that you used before in other clips. Do you remember the Ctrl-C plus Ctrl-V shortcut? Well, instead of that, you will use Ctrl-C plus Alt-V. And it's very cool because not only allows you to copy the effects, but also you can duplicate the composition mode, opacity, plugins, color correction, and other useful settings. Cutting is one of the most essential actions in video editing, and your video editor knows this very well. Because of this, there are a button that allows you to cut, and it's unnecessary. Please, if you can learn something about this video, never touch these buttons again, especially this. It's better customize a cut shortcut that allows you to make the cuts instantly, keeping your workflow smooth. I saved this one for last because, in my opinion, it's the most practical and effective shortcut method of all this video. Even with shortcuts, cutting can be a time-consuming process, especially when dealing with long videos. However, there is a powerful version of the simple cut. I'm talking about the dynamic cut. Looking for the ripple option, you will select the start to playhead and the end to playhead. And now, you can make literally magic. Using your playhead, you can locate the area of the media that you want to cut. Press Q if you want to delete all the media that is before the playhead, or you can use the double to delete all the media that is after the playhead. It's a faster version of the normal cut, and if you practice a lot with this, your speed editing will be raised a lot with this. At first, I didn't think shortcuts could help me to save my own time while editing videos. But what can I say, once you get them become very useful. But even that, these are basic shortcuts. I'm still learning this stuff. So probably more efficient shortcuts are not in this video. So if anyone out here knows about this, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.